It's 7 minutes past 7 o'clock, and I don't know why they tried to put me in the mood with this music. But welcome to the second hour of Morning Edition. Today, as you know, is February 14th, and it's that special day. So you should know that today is Valentine's Day, and if you don't know that, then you're probably in trouble already. As the norm, couples usually shower each other with gifts. But in today's economy, how can we do that on a budget? Well, life coach Giselle Eli is here to give us some tips on that. Good morning, Giselle.
Good morning. How are you?
Welcome to Morning Edition.
It's a pleasure to be here.
So, this Valentine's Day thing, right?
Yes.
It's customary that women receive gifts and so on this particular day. But what about the men? How are men to be treated on Valentine's Day?
That is a great question. And I think it's funny because a lot of women usually get mad with a man when they don't do what they want done for them on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So I think, and maybe you can vouch for this, is that maybe women shouldn't get mad.
Yeah, I think they should engage in discourse on this matter prior to the day, so that men will know exactly what to do for them, right?
That is true. One of the biggest things in a relationship is communication. How are you going to know what each other wants, what each other needs, what you can do for each other on this special day, which really should be every day, but we have only one calendar day of Valentine's Day. How will you know what your partner wants if you don't talk about it, if you don't take little notes about
Right.
the things that light them up during the year?
Right.
You know, that way it's more special when it comes around.
Yeah, but this thing can get very expensive because there's the birthday, there's Christmas, there's Mother's Day. Now we have, of course, to deal with all of the other days in between there where you might have to extend, a loving gesture
Yes.
from time to time. And usually that means buying something. So on Valentine's Day, do I have to buy something?
Absolutely not. Quality time is one of the biggest things. Really, how much time do you spend together that is uninterrupted? So taking out time, spending that together, turning your cell phones off. I mean, a cell phone is such a problem these days because everybody's always on it. Get off of it and really share that time together.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You think that all of those significant others out there are going to appreciate just quality time? That they're not going to be looking forward to a little present, a box of chocolates, a dozen roses? Is this sounding cliche now? Is it?
It is cliche because that's how we've been, accustomed to celebrating Valentine's Day. It's how we've been taught you have to celebrate it. But one of the things you can do, you can write a poem. It's a piece of paper and a pen, and they're words on a piece of paper. Words of affirmation, words of how much you love that person. Books, they last forever. So if you can put your words down for your lover, they're going to last forever, and they'll be able to look at that 2 years, 12 years, 20 years down the line and say, that was that Valentine's Day when my lover expressed to me how much he felt and loved and cherished all that time we spent together.
Great.
Yes.
So I can just write a poem.
Well, mean it.
Turn-
Don't just write it.
Turn off the cell phone and spend a few minutes this evening just reading this poem. Play some, mood music. So create the ambiance.
Yeah.
And send the children to bed early.
Send them, yes. You find them a babysitter.
Find a babysitter.
Yeah.
But the babysitter may be enjoying her Valentine's.
That is true. That's true.
You might be imposing.
Grandma?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but the grandmas these days, they too are,
I hear you.
Yeah, they have very active social lives, don't they?
Very, very active.
Yeah.
And another thing you can do is play this game, the first time game. And the reason that I'm thinking this is because I'm here for Carnival. And Carnival is just such a huge expense that, in order to play mass and play mice right, you have to be able to spend here and there. And now what? It's the day after, and we've got to now celebrate our love for each other.
Exactly.
So play the first time game, communicate with each other, talk about the first time things happened, the first time you played mass together, the first time you met, the first time you kissed, first time
Yeah, but I don't know. A lot of men don't remember those moments as well as women do.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is very true.
Maybe the females can initiate that game, and they can remind us about the first time for everything.
Yes.
Because I'm sure we'll get the dates wrong. Yeah, I'm sure.
That's true, and that's also why women get mad. So in order to stop that, we just need to relax a little and say, and recognize, men, they're not going to remember. But if we do remind you and bring up those conversations, then you know this is what lit us up in the beginning. And that's one of the ways to keep a long-lasting relationship, is to do what you did in the beginning, and there never will be an end.
Really?
Yes.
I should remember that.
Remember that.
Do what you did in the beginning, and there'll never be an end.
Never.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, because the beginning is that it's your honeymoon phase. You're really euphoric.
Right.
You're so excited, and then things die down, and you're vexed all the time, and this and that, and
Right, and you're preoccupied with paying bills and getting the children organized.
yeah,
And ensuring the home is properly secured and
Exactly.
so on. All of that takes a lot of time. And it is an indication of all love. Yes, because, I think sometimes a lot of these important things, these mundane activities that we engage in, they're taken for granted.
yes,
But it is an important indicator of our commitment as far as the relationship is concerned.
yes.
Making sure the bills are paid on time.
Yes, and just an expression of that. Honey, I love when you pay the bills on time. It makes
Exactly.
my life so much easier.
Exactly.
Thank you. Share your love, and it doesn't need to be through money.
So, so this evening, for instance, when I finally get back home, what would you advise I do? Just get that poem organized, maybe cook dinner, you think?
Cook dinner, maybe her favorite dinner.
Right.
If you don't want to cook it, you can always order it. Make
Right.
sure she doesn't have to work. It's not her day to work.
Right.
Yes,
Great.
it's none of your days to work. It's your time to work, to enjoy each other's time, each other's love, and express that. And the more often you can do that, well, then you don't have to celebrate this day so hard,
So I set the mood right by using candlelight. Is that
Yes.
advisable?
Yes.
What? Yeah.
Candlelight.
Uh-huh.
Ask her how give her a hug when she comes in.
Right.
Greet her first.
Right.
Before you come in and take yourself off and do this and get yourself situated, get her situated first.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, these are some very good tips. I wonder to what extent, and are the men out there going to be able to do this, genuinely? Now, you've got to be in a good mood to get this done properly.
That would be true.
Which means that before I begin anything, I should make sure that I am in a good mood.
Yes. So what does it take for that to happen?
So I need to unwind before I get home and so on and so forth and so on.
Not too much, because you want to make it home.
Not too much, right? just enough. Just enough. Yeah, and of course, get the children situated properly as well before all of this begins. No interruptions are allowed.
Yes, no interruptions.
Great. So what about just a good movie? Dinner and a movie?
Dinner and a movie. Are you asking a movie suggestion?
No, I mean,
Oh,
just
'cause I'm like,
rent a
there's
movie.
so much.
Rent a movie and have dinner and a movie at home.
Yeah, that's also another way to do it on a budget.
Yeah.
You guys have all of this stuff at home. Take advantage of it. I think that we sometimes forget how much is around us because we're so busy in our day-to-day. But
Right.
if just slow down for a moment, say, oh my gosh, we've got these beautiful wine glasses, let's get some great wine.
Right.
We don't need to drink water out of them all the time. We can make this stuff special if we just put a little bit more effort into it.
Yes. So those are some great celebration of Valentine's on a shoestring budget.
On a shoestring budget.
Suggestions.
Yeah, and even this is my favorite one, is planning for the future. You guys, if you've been together for a while, what you can do is start to plan things that you'd like to do. We don't need to do this right now. We don't need to put up the money for it right now. But if we say next year, we want to go and do this together, or there's this restaurant that we want to try, let's schedule it so that we can make this plan. Start planning around the things that you guys would like to do and that excites you to be together.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, those are some great tips, and I hope that our listening and viewing audience, I hope they've been taking notes throughout your expose on this shoestring budget for Valentine's Day. So, what are your plans?
My plans. That's a great question. I'm single, so I'm a single forever.
I like that idea.
So, you know, but that's another thing that I have to say. If you are single, then, you know, don't feel like this holiday is not for you, because you really cannot love anyone unless you love yourself first.
Right.
And that's the truth.
What about like your mother, your father, aunts and so on? Should we celebrate Valentine's with them as well, or is it? Yeah.
I know for me, I have to call my parents to remind them. Did you tell her Valentine's Day?
Okay.
You know, oh, I forgot. Well, you know, don't forget. So I need to remind them.
So give your parents a call as well.
Give your parents a call. Remind them.
That's another tip.
Yes.
Hey, Giselle, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for all the wonderful tips, and I certainly hope I can put it to good use.
I hope so too. You'll have to let me know how that works for you.
I'll give you a call. I'll just leave your number before you go. Folks, we're going to be right back after this quick break. It's Valentine's Day.